Afternoon, you guys. Welcome to episode 71 of the First and 10 NFL New York Jets podcast. How you doing today, brother? Little game recap.
Yes, I am good. We're 20 days away from the Jets officially kicking it open.
Yes.
18 days, I believe, if my math is right, from the official start of football season, September 9th. Yep. We get the start of football season. Kevin, let me ask you something. Before we get into our team, what do you think of the NFL putting the Thursday night games on Amazon from week 2 to week 14?
It sucks.
Okay.
It sucks. Yeah. You're shutting out so many people.
Yeah. You know, I was thinking to that. I was thinking that myself, and I was thinking guys like my dad who are in their 70s and 80s and don't have these fancy TVs with all the apps and all this stuff. My father's not going to get to see 13 out of the 15 Thursday night games.
And don't have Amazon Prime.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? I mean, come on.
Exactly. I'll be honest with you, Kevin. This is not a knock on my dad. He's 83, triple bypass. I don't even know if he knows what Amazon is.
God bless.
Yeah. Thank you. I don't even know if he knows what Amazon is. I know the NFL wants to make money and they're doing it hand over, but now Amazon. So now all the Thursday night games that were once on the NFL Network, that at least if you had any type of cable service, you got the NFL Network. Now these people can't even watch that.
Nope.
Anyway, I don't want
to. No, that's not good, though. That's
no, I know. And I know it's more money in the NFL Network's pocket, but it's like, whatever. What
do they got? What's the breakdown? Who has? I know NFL Network has some Thursday night games.
I don't think they have any this year. I think they lost everything to Prime. Now, I could be wrong, but I think they lost everything to Prime.
I thought they had like 5 or something, and and then Prime had the rest or something.
I know NBC will kick off week 1, and then I thought week 2 through 14 or 2 to 15 was on Prime.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll have to
let's see.
But still, you're still knocking off a lot of people who are older than us, 60, 70, who might not have all this stuff, or like my father doesn't even have a computer where he could even get on and say, all right, I'll get the app or whatever and watch it on here, and now it's another service, but you have to pay for it if you're not a member of Amazon Prime. So now it's more money you're shelling out to watch 10, 12, 13 football.
Exactly. For something that could have been included already in your cable package, NFL Network or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
So
exactly, and it's getting ridiculous, Kevin, because now soon what's going to happen is you're going to see, I was worried about this. Like when we were kids, everything was on free TV, and pretty soon ESPN is going to lose Monday Night Football, because if another network like Apple could afford to get it on Monday nights, they're going to outbid people. And now the NFL is going to see dollar signs, and pretty soon you're going to start watching the NFL Monday nights on Apple and then Prime. And before you know it, even the Sunday games won't be free to us. It's getting ridiculous. And I understand it's a business and the NFL is the kings of making money, but
I mean, don't get me wrong. You got much more choice than years ago. I mean, what did we get locally? You got the Jets and the Giants.
Yes.
And if there was a national game, you got that at 4:00.
Yep.
And you got the Monday night game.
Yep.
Before, I mean, way back before Thursday night football and all that stuff.
No, I get it. But wasn't there a thing? Isn't there a thing as it was so much better in a simpler time where you could watch your Jets at 104, your Giants at 104, and then maybe we were lucky with a doubleheader, and then we had the Monday night, and we looked forward to, as kids, watching the Monday night. Now I have to shell out money for DirecTV. Okay, that's optional. I have to shell out now for Prime, but I have that already. What's nice? If you're a Yankee fan, every Friday night your games are on Apple TV. If you don't have Apple TV, or you miss every Friday night's Yankee game. It's getting ridiculous now. Hand over fist. I'm shelling out money to watch my sports teams or a sports team play. But anyway, I'm done with that, man. What'd you
Okay.
think of last night's game? Let's get into it.
Let me start with the Strevenator.
Okay.
The Strevenator, whatever his name is. Guy's insane, man.
Yeah.
I wasn't I texting you in the first half being like, the hell is wrong with this team? They're lifeless. They're just going through the motions, blah, blah. Well, I don't know what happened at halftime or whatever, but what were there was 11 minutes and change left when he came in the third quarter.
Yep.
The team, like, it was a different team, like the light went on.
Yeah. Well, they say Strevenator, however you pronounce it, he could run. Like, he likes to run where Mike White doesn't. He's not afraid to run. They also said he's a gunslinger, and we saw that with that throw he made where double coverage on Mims and the ball got picked off. That was some throw. Now, if Mims would have found a way to come down, that would have been the throw of the century and the catch of the century. But they say he's got this gunslinger mentality. I like the kid. Now, I don't want to get all high. It is
come on, you're right.
Yeah,
exactly.
To be honest with you, I know Salah already said they're going to treat this Giant game this week as a regular season.
A dress rehearsal, yes.
We're going to see a lot of the starters, I believe. But I would have loved to see this Strevenator start the game this week. Because I know what Flacco's going to give us. I tell you, and we'll get into it. We'll save it for last. I'm surprised Mike White didn't get cut in this round of 5.
Well, I was going to ask you, who's going to be number 3?
Again, Kevin, if I'm going by what we saw last night, the offense was anemic under Mike White. I don't even have his numbers. I didn't even write them down. But I think you got to go with Strevenator.
He looked, I was watching. He looked out of it. Like, do you think he looked out of it?
Yeah, like his heart wasn't into it.
Yeah, you could see it on his face.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he was a little under the weather. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe he knows something. I don't know.
Yeah, but then you know what? If you think you know something, prove everybody wrong. Change their opinion on you. You had a chance to light it up on a team that I'm not saying everyone, most feel might be the worst team in the league or the second worst team in the league. And you struggled mightily. You put 3 points on the board.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, okay. He didn't have a great line in front of him. He didn't have the ones out there and everything, but
Kevin, if I'm being asshole,
neither did the Strevenator. Right.
I could sit here and be an ass and say, Kevin, what are you talking about? Neither did this other kid, and he still ran the offense 100%. Light years ahead.
The whole team changed.
Yeah. Yeah, and they even mentioned that in the booth. The ESPN announcers last night mentioned that in the booth. So, we're not the only ones who saw that as well. And, I was very disappointed in Mike White. He was one of my downfalls last night. I know you brought it up before we got on the air. What happened to Bryce Hall?
My notes are Bryce Hall sucked last.
Still struggling, Kevin. He had a rough pregame one, and now this one. He's still struggling.
Come on. The 52-yarder to Pitts? Come on. The touchdown on the slant, like I said to you, reminded me of Fitzpatrick to Decker in Buffalo there, except we didn't pick it off.
Yeah. You know what, Kevin? And I know people might kill us or kill me for saying this. Yeah, it wasn't any of our starters. We sat, 80% of the team last night. I believe Quan Alexander might have played a couple of snaps. Quincy Williams might have played a couple of snaps. But Mariota toasted us up and down the field as if he was Tom Brady. And not only toasted us, but every time he threw the ball, these guys were 10, 15, almost 20 yards wide open. I don't get it.
Speaking of toast, I think I texted you or something that said this Bryce Hall's reminded me of Toast Patterson on the Giants.
Yeah, like I don't understand. And I heard somebody say they're only doing things that are vanilla. I get it, but you could be vanilla and not lay the guy 20 yards wide open.
Well, I guess
20
the
yards wide open.
I guess the competition's over.
You know,
You know,
the
there was
competition.
supposedly competition was supposedly,
Yeah,
between him and Gardner, but
yeah. And even though Salah didn't come out and say, he says, sometime this week he'll name his starter, the writing's on the wall.
come on, you know it's DJ Reed, right?
Yep.
And you know it's going to be Gardner. So
the question is, does Hall survive another bad preseason game? Does he make the final cuts next week? Because we're a week away from final cuts. Next week we got to get down to 53. Next Tuesday we got to get down to 53.
I could see Eccles are done.
Peanock,
moving into, going for that third spot.
Yeah, and let me tell you, like guys like Willie Parks last night had some hit last night. He might have had the hit of the game before the half. That was some hit.
Well, how about Marshall? Couple of the hits he had, man.
Yeah, Marshall played well this second.
Yes,
I keep messing up this guy's name. Anai. I mean, you want to talk about the trifecta? He sacked, forced the fumble, picked up the fumble, and scored a touchdown all in one play. That play alone, Kev, reminded me of where Yeboah was on the bubble in the preseason game number 3. He caught the Hail Mary.
I had that written down as play of the game.
Yeah. That replay reminded me of when Yeboah caught that Hail Mary. We beat the Eagles in preseason game 3 last year. That might have been the play last night that won him a job. I'm not saying as a starter, but as one of the backups.
There was a play. I remember a game. Oh my God, I think we were playing the Falcons. Okay. I can't remember who the quarterback was, but it was during the Parcells era. And it was almost the same play. Okay. I think Victor Green or something came up the middle. It was Steve DeBerg playing quarterback, I think.
Okay, wow.
Okay. Hit him. The ball goes flying. I can't remember. It might have even been Green, or I think that picked it up and ran, but it could have been somebody else. But it was very similar to that.
Okay. Now, your long-term memory is much better than mine.
Well, no, it's not that great. I could be foggy on some of it, but it just reminds me.
The only play that I would say was close to that, and we know he's a hated Jet and people don't want to talk about him, but when Jamal Adams did it to the Giants that time where he sacked, ripped the ball out of what's-his-face's hands and ran for the touchdown. That was similar that I could compare.
And I believe he said to the coaches on the sideline
he was going to do it.
He was going to go do that.
Yeah. A lot of penalties last night, over 10 again. I think they had 12 penalties for over 100 yards.
Yep.
That's got to get cleaned up. I did like Salah's excitement on the coaching sidelines when the defense scored the touchdown on the fumble. He was running down. The ref had to push him off to the side.
Yep.
But you know what, Kevin? I said this to you last year when we watched these preseason games. Kevin, we got dogs. And again, the same thing, Kevin. We got dogs. But then again, the regular season starts, and hopefully this year we're not shitting the bed.
They stay in the doghouse.
Yeah, let's hope this year we're not shitting the bed. Like, I like the fact that he didn't play anyone last night. I get all that. The field was wet.
Yeah.
Now, but I'm a little nervous, and maybe it's just me, Kevin, because I'm sorry, Jet fans. Get mad at me. Tell me to shut up. I get it. I'm still waiting for the shoe to drop. I don't like playing a third preseason game and playing our starters for, 2.5 quarters. That's when I get scared, because there's going to be that one knucklehead either on the Jets or on the Giants who need to make this team and might make a bonehead play where it costs you one of your starters and could cost you a season.
I'm gonna be sitting there like this next week, just wait until the end and hoping nobody gets hurt.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be the longest 3 hours and 15 minutes on Sunday watching this game.
Hey, how about Cager? Hey,
Yes.
I forgot to say, how about Cager?
Yep. Yep. Did I write down his numbers last night? Give me a second. Look through my chicken scratch. No, I
Three for
just wrote down
yeah,
40-yard touchdown, 40-yard, 34-yard play for a
yeah, three
touchdown from Struggle. That was something.
three
Let
for
me tell you,
65. Three
I
for
don't
65 and a touchdown.
yeah, I don't remember when we had Cager early in his career, him being as beefy as he is now.
Mm-hmm.
He, you
Hey,
know,
yep.
he's probably gonna push Yeboah out of the building, right?
You would think, or to
A
the
lot of
practice
people think
squad
he,
again, you know?
yeah, a lot of people think he's gonna push Mims out of the building. There was a lot of chatter last night that even though Mims had what 3 catches, was targeted 4 times, made some nice catches for us, fans got him out of the building. I heard one reporter say he'd be a good to package in a trade with Dallas. I don't want to lose the kid. I'm not ready to give
No,
up on him, but
no.
a lot of fans
If
are.
he could just get it together, he's like a prototypical wide receiver.
Yeah. Well, last night was perfect. He had 3 catches.
Yep.
And yeah, the
Yep.
fourth one was in double coverage, but whatever. Yes, he had the one bad penalty on the punt return, still making some mistakes. But you know what? He's a young kid. I mean, I don't want to throw these kids out the door. But
No.
we'll see. He survived the second round of cuts, and now we'll see what happens
Yeah.
next Tuesday when we get down to 53. Kevin, there's going to be a lot of names when we get down to 53 next week that we're gonna be shocked. We're gonna say,
Surprise.
"What?
Well, hey man,
Really?
you can't keep everybody,
No, I know.
You'd like to, but you
Yeah,
can't. And
yeah,
hey, who knows who's going to shake loose on other teams too,
exactly that. Exactly
So,
that. Did you see today? Not that I would ever want him back. I have no desire. But the Saints cut Herndon today.
oh, no kidding.
Yeah, they cut him today. Yeah,
No, well, I think we're good.
yeah, no. We're the tight end room is excellent.
Yeah.
Like you said, Jonathan Marshall had a big quarterback sack. Willie Parks made that nice hit. I got to give credit to this guy, Tony Adams. He had the big hit on 3rd and 1. Atlanta's first
Yes.
possession in the third quarter. He had the big hit to stop them from getting the first down, making it 4th and 1, forcing Atlanta to punt, and then we never looked back. What do you call him? The Strevenator? He came in and it was lights out. It was lights out.
The Strevenator.
Yeah. I mean, we scored 21 unanswered points because we won 24-16, I believe, if my math is right. We scored 21 unanswered points, and our defense shut them out in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
So not bad. Not bad. Again,
no, hey, man.
Everything with a grain of salt, Kevin. These are just
of course.
games.
Yeah.
But
hey, you had to love the comeback.
Yeah. Yeah. So. The thing is, here's what I don't understand. And I know people say that the defensive is supposed to be vanilla. But how bad did the defense look in the first half? And then what happened in the second half?
I don't know.
Now.
The ones for Atlanta went out? I don't know.
That's the only thing I could say because Atlanta did play most of their starters.
Oh, yeah, for a long time, too.
And I know somebody could say, well, Greg, Atlanta played their starters. We didn't play a lot of them. We sat out 80% of our starters.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But you know what? Atlanta shouldn't have been able to put 16 points on the board and hold us to 3. Our defense, even with our B's and C's out there, should have played a little better. Bryce Hall should have not been schooled. And I know Pitts is a great player, Kevin, but he should have not have been schooled the way he was schooled.
Hall was burned all night.
Yeah.
All night.
And you know what, Kevin? You know what play we didn't talk about? How about Garrett Wilson with that catch, which was all hands.
Yes.
The strength of the hands to just bring that friggin' ball down.
What'd they say last night? He's like a young Julio Jones.
Wow.
Type. Yeah.
Yeah, what a catch. That was impressive all in itself to have the strength. And you saw it. It was just all hands. And he got up there, brought it in.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey. Listen, I almost don't even want to play the game.
Next Sunday, right? This Sunday? Yeah. I gotta tell you, even earlier.
I'd rather just skip the 2 weeks and go right to.
Yeah, yeah, really, really. And again, last night, even though he didn't have any sacks, they couldn't contain Clemens. When Michael Clemens was running full bore, they couldn't stop.
I mean, okay, he wasn't like a madman like in the Eagle game there, but
no, but Kevin, I believe, and I would have to go back and watch, and one of our subscribers who watch us, please let me know. I believe he was the reason why Atlanta had 3 offsides back to back to back, because he was all in that backfield.
Yeah, hey.
Yeah, I mean, I think at one point Atlanta was on our 25 and had 3 offsides and moved it back to almost our 40. They're 40.
You know, it's not always about sacks. It's about disruption.
Yes, disruption.
Causing mistakes.
Yes. And he caused a lot of them. Like, he was in there and they couldn't stop him. At one point he had a little pushing, but just guy pushed, that was the end of it, you know. But
I'd rather have a fumble or an INT than a sack.
Yeah, no, true. But you know what? And I understand the Falcons aren't that good of a team, but sometimes just disrupting that offensive line where they're afraid that you're gonna pull them, bull rush them. Yep. Look, it saved us, because the Falcons were moving down the field on that possession, and those 3 offsides brought them back. I think it was 2 offsides and a holding or whatever, but you get the gist of what I'm getting at. But
absolutely.
Yeah.
So I mean, looking back here, White was 12 for 17 for 90 yards.
12 for 17. Okay.
In a half and a little bit of a quarter.
Yeah. And Chevrolet was 8 for 11, 119 yards with a TD.
Yep.
And let me tell you something, Kev.
Hey, and 33 yards rushing.
Yeah. And listen, even P. Ryan ran well. He's another player that they want to run out of town. Guys can't wait for him to get. Maybe he doesn't hit the hole as quick as others, but he showed me something last night, you know? And I said it to you last week, and I know you don't keep a guy just to be a kick returner or a punt returner, but Zovan Knight's going to work his way on this team somehow. I don't know
I think so.
But he will. He will.
Yeah.
He's a good little runner, you know?
Yeah.
And if Berrios is going to be a key weapon on the wide receiver portion, then I don't want him returning kicks. No. I'd rather have Zovan Knight do it if it comes down to that. The Jets could find a way to keep him on the roster.
I agree.
But,
so, I mean, we'll see Sunday.
Yeah. Now, did any of the cuts today, the 5 players that were released, shocked you?
No, not really. It's going to, like you said, it's going to be the final cut. We're going to be like, wow.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, not surprised Elijah Riley gone, didn't show much.
No.
Not surprised the O-lineman Isaiah Williams and Khalid Benoit gone.
No.
Linebacker Kai Naku, I think you pronounce it, gone. Those 4 didn't shock me. Now, the one that, not that it shocked me, but I thought they would wait till the final cut, was Eddie Pinheiro going.
Yeah, crazy.
But I guess if, like Salah said, they want to treat this week like a regular season game, then they want Zerline to have all the practice and not have him looking over his shoulders. So
I don't know, from what I saw when I went to training camp and from what I saw at the Green and White, it was Zerline's job.
Okay, yeah, and you're right, because it was. Now I heard some people say they owed they had more money invested in Zerline, so it was easier to cut, the kicker. So Eddie was only making 1.7 mil this year, 1.75, and his guarantee was only 700,000. Where I think Zerline is 2 million, and his guarantee was, I think, a little over $1 million, but I could be wrong. So it might have just been a dollars and cents thing on why they kept Zerline. But you went to the scrimmage and a practice, and you liked the way.
Yeah. I mean, he looked better. Yeah,
and that's fine. But other than that, Kevin, you know what?
Yeah, that's it.
It's preseason. I'm not acting like we won the Super Bowl last night. I was a little aggravated again with the first quarter play, but yes, it wasn't all our starters. It was none of our starters. Well, 80% were out or whatever.
Yeah. There was nobody.
Very vanilla defense, but We'll see. Let's just keep our fingers crossed, keep the
I
prayer circle going that no one gets hurt on Sunday.
I texted my brother. I said, "Hey, we're 2-0. Too bad it doesn't count."
Yeah, yeah. And someone brought it to my attention. Now, maybe I'm wrong, and maybe he's wrong. The preseason record with Soler is 5-0, right? Didn't we win all 3 preseason games last year, if I remember right?
I
Or am I
don't
wrong?
remember.
Or
I
am I
think
wrong?
we might have lost one.
We beat the Eagles at the end, right? Didn't we beat Green Bay in the preseason game?
I don't remember.
And then we opened up against the Giants, and didn't we beat them?
Don't remember. I don't think we went 4-0 though.
Well, it was 3-0 last year and 2-0 this year. But then again, Kevin, we were 5-0 in preseason with the great
Browning
Nagel. And
I knew right where you were going. It's like Browning Nagel.
And you see where that got us. So again, I don't put a lot of stock into the preseason. I really don't. Yes, it was a nice comeback. The third string quarterback showed some moxie. Probably should win this third string job. I think Mike White worked his way out of the door.
Yeah. Hey, last year I was a white guy when he replaced Zach, but this guy won the job, man.
Yeah, in my opinion, he's going to be the third stringer because you know what? Mike White was living off that Bengal game, and now he has to stop living off. That was last year. You won the one game with the Bengals, but then you lost your next 2 starts. You can't live off of that game now. So now he's really got his back up against the wall in this final preseason.
Time for the Strevenator.
Yeah. And listen, Kevin, I have no problems with Flacco going a quarter, Strevlar going the second and the third, but I know they're not. They're going to treat this like a regular season. They're going to want the starters to come out at half and play a series on both sides of the ball. But it wouldn't shock me if they go from Flacco to Strevlar.
You believe that baloney about, well, if Zach's ready to go, he'll be the starter. And come on.
No, I think Zach Wilson will need at least 2 to 3 weeks to get his feet back under.
Week 3, yeah.
So you think by the Bengals game he'll play?
Yeah, depends. Like we're saying, what if we're 2-0?
Yeah, well.
What if we're 2-0 and Flacco's on fire?
I think Jet Nation will want to put Zach Wilson out there right away, and I think that's the feeling that Salah and Joe D have as well. Here's my question: do you know the schedule off the top of your head? I know we open up at home against the Ravens. We're on the road with Cleveland. Right? Are we home for Cincinnati?
I think so.
Okay, so that might be a good game to start him because we are home, but. I was thinking more if Joe Flacco could right the ship, maybe you bring him back for the Miami game at home. I don't know, but listen, whenever the kid's ready, he's ready. He's going to get.
Well, I play all these scenarios in my head. I'm like, okay, what if Flacco goes out and starts 2-0, and then Zach comes back for week 3, and he shits the bed.
Well, you know what's going to happen, Kev. Just like every New York team or New York fans, he has a bad series or 2. The rumblings are going to start. The boos are going to start. So us Jet fans, we're loyal, but we're impatient. Like, give us what we want now. We don't want to wait any longer. Like, it's been 11 years without a playoffs. It's been 52 years without a Super Bowl. We want our upcomings now. Let's go.
Yep. Let's go.
Yeah, really.
Oh, that's it for me here.
Yeah, that's it for me too. Another episode under the belt, another preseason game under the belt. I didn't hear of any injuries last night other than I forgot who suffered the concussion. I think Tyreek Black. But nothing, other than the concussion, there was no major injuries.
Nope.
So we'll be full strength going into this Giant game.
He didn't have a bad game, Black.
No.
4 catches for 47 yards.
Yeah. Hey, listen, they cut no receivers today, and they cut no running backs. So that room is full, and they're gonna wait to the final weekend, final Tuesday to make those cuts. Guys are gonna have to. There's gonna be a lot of little skirmishes maybe this weekend because now the pressure is on this week for a lot of these guys who are the 5th, 6th, and on the bubble fighting for a spot. It's gonna be make for an interesting week at camp. So
yes, it is.
I believe the team had a day off today. Practices will start tomorrow.
Yes,
and
they did.
It'll be fun. Before you know it, Sunday will be here, and it'll be down to 2 more weeks. I know.
Just don't get hurt.
Yeah.
Now watch. We're saying this, and
well, these
good thing we're recording this.
This is what I'm saying. These third preseason games scare me. They scare me.
But you know, I keep thinking of Sanchez against the Giants.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know. All right, my brother. That's it on my end. Another good one.
Yep. Very good.
Yep.
We'll talk to you guys. And when are we seeing everybody? We'll see everybody after the game.
Yeah, so we could do I'm not around Sunday after the game. We'll do Monday. Does Monday work for you?
Works for me. Does it work for you guys?
No, yeah. Okay. Monday sounds like the plan. Next Monday we'll do it. We'll do it.
Good. We'll see you then.
Oh, wait, Kevin, maybe we should do Monday. We'll do a short one to talk about. I know we're recording. Who cares? We'll talk about the game on Monday. Maybe we'll come on Tuesday after final cuts to talk about that for maybe.
Boom. Oh, yeah.
Maybe we'll do a double next week. Yep. If you're available, I'm around. We could do that.
Especially if we got a couple cuts that are like, oh.
Yes.
So,
yeah. So maybe we'll do a double header next week. Sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me.
Yep. All right, my brother. I will see
you. We'll talk to you guys later.
Yep.
Have a good week. And jet up.
Yeah.
Right, Chad? Talk to you later.